Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Leni Safitri, and today I would like to present about analyzing your audience and knowing your purpose in presentation. So the first is knowing your audience. There are three important questions to analyzing your audience. The first one is what do they already know about your topic, and the second one is how do they feel about the topic, and the third one is how can you best reach them. So you can learn this question by studying their background like age, education, job, gender, culture, and social status. There are six answers to prepare these questions. The first one is approach to the audience with search information about your listener, find technique to address them, understand the challenges of speaking to them, and adapt your topic when speaking. The second one is addressing your audience with identify whom you are speaking to. It is significant to know them beforehand because this will allow you to find out the most suitable strategy to engage with them. The third one is demographic audience analysis. With knowing their age, gender, and sexual orientation, cultures such as ethnic and race, group membership, and socioeconomic status. The fourth is psychological audience analysis. By investigating audience attitude about the topic, purpose, and speaker. Number five is consider how people feel about your subject. By this you can tailor your message accordingly. And the five is situational audience analysis. So you need to analyzing the situational of your audience.
So now we have reached part 2 where I will give you some tips to make your public speaking more powerful and to help you choose the suitable topics. Step 1. Choose a topic that your audience can relate to. Here's the example. If you are talking to college students, you might choose a topic like how to manage stress during exams. Or if you are talking to like parents or like older people, you can choose a topic like probably a career or about job or something like that. Step 2. Really understand your topic. Here's the example. If you are trying to give a speech about climate change, you have to know about the definition of climate change or the difference between weather and climate change. You have to be ready to explain it simply so no one gets confused. Step 3. Know your background audience. This is kind of tricky, right? But I will give you example. Let's go. Okay, so here is the example. Like if you're speaking to small business owners, talk about affordable marketing strategies or something related to that. Don't try to talk something that is out of topic like multi-million-dollar corporate. That is really not related to small business, right? So you have to make sure that your topic is related to your audience background. Step 4. Be careful with humor, dialect, and gesture. Instead of using some jokes or a few slang that only a few people will understand, try using light humor like this. We all know that feeling when the Wi-Fi stops working. Suddenly life feels impossible. Like that. It's universal, safe, and respectful. Step 5. Use ethos, logos, and pathos. Here is the explanation. Ethos is your ability as a speaker to share your ideas and convince people to listening to you. The example is, as a nutritionist with 10 years of experience, I have seen how small changes in diet can transform people's health. And then, logos. Logos mean you can refer your ability to convince people listening to you by involving logical reasoning. Here is the example. Studies show that drinking water before meals reduces calorie intake by up to 13%. 3. Phantom. Phantom or emotion means it's about making your audience feel something. The example is, if you're talking about health, instead of only saying numbers, you can add some emotion like imagine the joy of playing with your kids without feeling tired all the time. Step 6. Know your purpose. It is important that you know your purpose before you start writing anything down. It should be clear to the listener what you want them to do or what they are supposed to take away from your speech. The most common purpose of public speech are 1. To inform listener about something they might not know or inform. The example, explaining how renewable energy works. 2. To convince. The example is persuading people to recycle more at home. And 3. To entertain. The example is sharing funny stories about cultural difference while traveling. Step 7. And now we have reached the last tips for today. It is use visual aids. Here is the example. If you are explaining the growth of social media, try to show a graph comparing the number of users from 2021 to 2025. A simple chart makes it easier than just listing numbers.
I would like to presentation about my summary from the video I have watched. Summary how to analyze audience for speaking. This is to convey our message directly and precisely to the audience. So from the video I have watched, there are 3 ways how to analyze the audience. And the first is identify audience question, and the second is audience disposition, and the last is gather information. So for the first one is identify audience question. There are 3 points in this way, such as what should I do, what's in it for me, and what do I get out of this. For the identify audience question, we need to asking ourselves to know and to make sure what we want to talk about. So for the second ways is audience disposition, and in this way there are also 3 points in this way, and also have 3 points. And the first one is interesting level. Interesting level is to know the audience purpose, such as what they want to be here, or is it for their job, for their school, or just want to add in their information. And then for the second point is knowledge, to make sure are they know about the subject, or are they already hearing the subject, and also this is their first time, are they already expert on it. So for the last point is know the attitude. Need to know what the audience attitude currently. And the attitude has 2 points in this. The first is confine them to our point, what we want to talk about. And also the second is learn interest, knowledge level, and attitude. What about whose we were speaking. And then for the last ways is gather information about the audience. The first is give the audience question or surveys. This is can we do with asking the audience what we want to ask to help adjust the message with the question and also the surveys. We can do this a few weeks in advance before the day the present.
second point, for the second point for this last way is ask or talk to the person who invite us to speak. Why do we need to do this? Because to get more information about the topic and the subject for what we want to talk about.
Okay, I think that's all for today from our group. I'm really sorry if there is so many mistakes in our pronunciation or our grammar. Thank you and goodbye.